Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jessica. I'm a stay-at-home mom comedy/commentary channel. I have been covering more of the case lately, so I've been doing a lot less of the comedy, if not at all. But I do plan to do more of that in short form in the future. But let's just hop into the video. So I am really the only one who covered the panic/safe room besides Josh from the Dad Challenge podcast, sharing my video reacting to it in the original audio. But everyone's kind of been in denial of it. And I guess I can see why, only because we have preconceived notions on what a panic and safe room is from obviously the movie Panic Room. But also it's just not common knowledge in a lot of our worlds to have one in our house. And I want to show you today why Jodi had one. And so just follow along if you're interested in why she even had one in the first place. Where we need to start first is that original panic room mentioned in the 911 dispatch call.
LT, there's a panic room inside the garage, downstairs underneath the garage. Yeah, he says it's downstairs and it's underneath one of the garages, and he's calling it a safe room. He said something about Fort Knox, so I don't know if it has a Fort Knox door or safe on it. But that's what he's talking about.
So here on the deed, you can see that Jodi first bought her piece of land in Kayenta, Ivans in 2013. I have a hard time pronouncing the name because I cannot find the pronunciation online, so please forgive me. What I really want to highlight here is the fact that Kayenta is not a torture community. It is actually a really beautiful community, so I don't want it to get a bad name. I want to show how beautiful the architecture is. It was built on Native American land, and they really want to respect that in their development of all the properties. So with the materials that they use, and they use mud a lot of the time, I learned. I'm going to do more of a deeper dive into this community, but I just want to show you that it is actually very beautiful. From the outside, it looks kind of creepy, kind of dystopian, people think, but they are built the way that they are because of how hot it is in the desert. So this is a private community in which they use certain builders and certain companies that you have to use if you're going to live within their community, which is pretty standard when you live in a private community like this. I think it's like an OHA or something, whatever it's called, is that everything is done within that community, and there's rules and regulations that you have to follow when you live within that community. This is just a random house I found within this construction company's YouTube channel, which I'll link below. But yeah, it's very interesting. You can see all the development of the properties here. Next up is a creator who shared that she was in contact with a contractor for Jodi's house, in which she put in the panic and safe room while her house is being built.
I just spoke with someone who knows Jodi Hildebrand personally. He worked as a contractor on her house in Kayenta, where all this went down in Ivans, Utah. And there's a safe room in that house. A panic room is because she was working up in Salt Lake as some sort of a counselor. She made this guy really mad, this guy that's off his rocker, and he started stalking her. And so she picked up her life and moved to St. George and built this house, and she had this panic room built into the house because she had a stalker. That's the reason for the panic room.
So to verify this, you could see the Casita Agreement. So this is something that she applied for in 2016. So 3 years after she had originally bought the land, is about an addition onto your house. You have to apply for this permit. I first looked up the permits within her zip code, and she actually never applied for any permits after her house was built. So she did all of this in the original construction. This is not necessarily proof that she does have a safe/panic room, but it does prove that she did apply for an addition to her house. Specifically states that a casita can be behind or under the garage. So take that for what you want. This is all just alleged and just my personal opinion based on the findings. But I do believe that she did apply for it in 2016, and it was a part of the construction of the house, which corroborates with that creator who said that she spoke with a contractor who said that they put it in. And I believe the contractor was one of those companies that was listed on the Kayenta website. Like I said earlier, panic/safe rooms are not common where we live necessarily, but they are clearly common in the state of Utah. So this is just 3 of like many companies within that state. Also, you can hire a company outside of the state to then deliver to your state. So there's a lot of options for panic, safe, bunker rooms, whatever you want to call them. This next thing is a 3D rendering from one of those companies of what it could look like underneath your house if you were to have one of these additions. It's very interesting. It looks kind of like a prison cell, hey, but it doesn't mean they all look like this, but they do build them for like all types of weather, natural disasters, nuclear bombs, like that. They want them to withstand that. So this is what one of those places looks like. I just can't imagine if Jodi's looks anything like this. It does look so creepy and probably similar to what they're in right now. And this is where we hop into the Fort Knox part of the audio. So I'll link the YouTube below where I got this from, but they are installing a Fort Knox vault door into this underground area in this house. So this is showing that from a new build, what you can do in order to install one of these. So in the audio, it was mentioned a Fort Knox door and then a Liberty safe. So you can also have that within your thing. But this is just what I found online on the YouTube channel. I hope that you found this video informative and that, yeah, you just learned something new about the Fort Knox, the panic, that safe room, what actually goes into having one of these in your house. I am doing more of research and a deeper dive into the Kayenta community and if other people have these in their houses. I've actually found already a lot more information. It is very interesting and I found a lot of crazy connections. So if you're interested, please consider subscribing to my channel and just following along. Even just watching my videos is really helpful. And please leave a comment below. It helps get it boosted in the algorithm so that other people will see my videos. And that is all I have for today's video. So I hope wherever you are, you're having a great day. Bye guys.